Okay, checking in after my Epsom salt soak. That was good. Really salty. Ooh, that sucks. Somebody's watermelon fell out of their car. Looks like somebody ate it though. Yeah, so it was warm. I'm getting in my car, hold on. Didn't have a brush. At times it got a little too warm for me, so I had to like open the egg. Because my body temperature's been really warm. So I'm vibrating on a different frequency. I feel good though. I feel good. I definitely wanted to do that, needed to do that. It's not something that I'm gonna do like every week. But definitely like once a month, maybe. At least until I get a bathtub at my house. Because it definitely takes the place of having a bathtub. But I can easily do that shit in a bathtub. Or even if I just scrubbed Epsom salt on my body and sat in the sauna, which most saunas don't allow. So I could probably even just soak my feet in Epsom salt or my hands. But it was a nice experience to soak my whole body. That was good. It's been a good 2 days. It's amazing. These 2 days that I've spent with my friend Sabrina have been like packed full of self-care things. And
after 300 feet, turn right, Greenwood Avenue North, then turn left, North 85th Street.
Okay. I just need the GPS to navigate me to the freeway, and then I'm fine from there.
Turn right, then turn left.
I'm driving through Fremont in Seattle. And I need to explore this place more often. So cool. I don't think I've ever really
turn left,
explored
North
this
85th
place.
Street.
Okay, I know where I'm going now. A lot of little cool places I want to come back and visit. Anyways, Sabrina and I started off our first day together by going to a spa, an all-women's nude spa, where there's no time limit. So we got there like 1. The place closed at 9. We easily could have stayed till 9. We soaked in the hot tubs. And then we went and had lunch in the facility. There's like a Korean barbecue food place in there that you just go to with your robe on and your hair cap, so you don't have to get dressed or anything. The only inconvenient part was that I had to go back to my locker and get my wallet, to buy the food. It would have been nice to have been like, hey, can you just put that on this locker tab or something? So we ate, and they had some pretty healthy options. And then after we ate, we went and soaked again for a half an hour. Okay, now by this time, it was like 3 o'clock, right? So we've already been there for like 2 hours. And we had scheduled body scrubs where they just exfoliate all of your dead skin off your body for like an hour. And after that, we then went and tried out like almost every meditation room they had. They had a mud and jade room. And when I say mud and jade room, it means like the walls and the floor are like practically covered in it. And then each room had a different temperature. I thought I knew where I was going. I better turn my GPS back on. And then they had a rock salt, like a Himalayan rock salt room. And the walls are like covered in rock salt. I even like licked the salt to make sure it was real. And it was salty, it was real. And then the floor is covered in rock salt too, but it's covered with like a bag of some sort. So like a big bean bag. So you're like walking on crushed salts while you're in a room with salts at like 150 degrees in there. The mud jade room was like 170 degrees. That was like the hottest room. And then they have a charcoal room, which was also pretty hot. I don't remember the temperature, but they all varied from like 60 degrees up to 170. And then they had
after 1/4 mile, keep right, then keep left.
A cabin room where it was just like cedar. And they had journals in that room, which was cool. You can write the date and something, you know, just add to the collection of journals. And keep right. Oh.
Keep right.
That's
then
right.
Keep left.
Okay. I remember this. Keep right, then keep left.
After 1/4 mile, keep left, then sharp left.
Okay. I think I know where we're going now. For real this time. I think. Right there, right? I better keep my GPS on. Just in case.
Keep left, then sharp left.
And then they had a room that was 60 degrees, which was called the chill out room. So you can like chill your body temperature for a while before you go into another room. And then they had a meditation room, which didn't have anything other than like bean bags and shit. It was like the quietest room there. If you just
sharp left,
didn't want
way northeast, then
to be bothered.
Right, I-5 north.
They had 4 different pool areas. One is at like 104 degrees. The other one was like 90. One was like 100. Who knows? And the other one was like 60 degrees. Same thing, so you can like cool yourself down. So after we did that for about another hour, we decided that we were going to spend time in the steam room and the sauna and then cold plunge, you know, back and forth a while. And then it was like 7:30 by this time, and I was like, shit, I gotta go. My dog is at home, you know, like we still wanted to go to dinner, so I ended up getting back home at like 10 o'clock. My dog is used to it. He's used to being left long periods of time, and he's actually pretty calm. He's doing really good now. He's a puppy, but he's a really good puppy. After we did that, we pretty much just went home and fucking crashed after we had dinner at some new random place that I wanted to go to. And then this morning, I had scheduled us massages at 10 and 11 this morning. So we got up and pretty much went straight to do that. And while Sabrina was getting her massage, I took, you know, Rainier to the dog park. And then I called and scheduled us some sessions with a shaman so that she can experience the crystal readings and get some of her own personal poetry, and then get her chakras aligned and looked at. We didn't have time. By that time, we were running out of time. It was like 3 o'clock, and I had to drop her off at 6 or 5:30, you know. So I didn't have time to get my chakras aligned or anything, but I'll do that on Sunday because I live here. I'll just go. After we did that, I really wanted to take her to an herb store. She really wanted to purchase some teas, and my favorite place is downtown in Everett. We went there. She got some teas made for her, and I got a health reading while she was, walking around. And the woman there, I can't remember her name, but she's really good. Also, she does tarot readings and chakra alignment as well. And then the health reading she did for me. She identified that I have breathing issues. Like, I don't breathe deeply enough. And I was like, yes, I've been using my inhaler. It sucks. What the fuck, She said I have some trapped air in my airways that is causing issues, and I need to do like a very specific breathing technique to release that bad air that's just sitting there. She showed me what to do, and so I've been doing it. She said to attach it to like maybe breakfast, lunch, dinner, anytime I eat, so that I remember to do it throughout the day, so that my body gets used to breathing and releasing those toxins, that bad air, she called it. She identified that I carry most of my stress in my lower back, hip area, which is where I feel a lot of pain. And she told me what kind of stretches to do to release that energy too, which is totally the type of stretches I've been doing, that I've been feeling like are the only things that work. And that's like the cat arch pose, and then like the really stretching the other way, which I used to do all the time when I had room in my house to do it. And now that I live in a travel trailer, I don't really have the floor space to do all those stretchings. So we did that. She immediately, when she grabbed my hand, she said, "You have really strong energy." And I was like, "Thanks." Thank you. I've been working on this. Anyways, she, at one point, I was just like going into the energy and stretching, and she was like, "Whoa, am I making you nervous?" I was like, "No." She's like, "I just felt a surge of energy like up here in my neck area," she pointed to. And I was like, "Yeah, I was stretching. I've been feeling a lot of pain in that area." She didn't really say what it was. I was like, I don't know if it's me carrying my purse. It's probably like me headbanging, honestly. Who fucking knows? It could also be something else. Fuck, who knows? She said she didn't really feel anything else going on with me other than those things. I'm like, great. After that, I had to rush and drive my friend to this floating place. Her daughter had, for Mother's Day, purchased her an Epsom salt float. And I was like, I might as well go in and see if they have one for me too. Since I'm here, I've been wanting to do that forever. And they did. They had time like an hour later at 7:30 for me to go. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go eat. I'll go for a walk. I'll get a pedicure. I'll do something for an hour and come back. And so the pedicure place was full. They were not accepting people. So I just walked down to a place, and they were like, yeah, we only serve appetizers or whatever, charcuterie board shit. And I'm like, I want more food than that. And then I walked into a place that does tapas, like Spanish and Basque tapas. And I'm like, I'm part Spanish and Basque. Yes. So I ate there some really light foods, and then went for a walk. I just like, something kept pulling me this direction to walk that way, and look across the street, and so I did. And then it led me to this, I want want to say Tibetan store. I walked in, no one was there. I just kind of looked around a little bit, and finally when someone came out from the back, he was like, wow, you look like you belong here. I was like, thanks. And we just talked, and it was awesome. It was like, okay, so mind you, he's like probably like 60 years old, 70, who knows. He's an older gentleman. I don't know how old he is, somewhere between 50 and 70. Okay. And I've never met him before, but I felt a really strong connection to him. Like we were buddies in a past life or something. Like, that's my road dog, you know? And we're just like talking, and he's like, where are you from? I'm like, Moses Lake, you know, like nothing big. And he's like, trying to connect this energy, like, where are you from? Like, you have this on your face. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're an oracle. And I was like, he's like, look up oracle. He's like, the in Nepal, the oracle women have that on their face. And I was like, okay, yeah, that totally resonates. I put it on my face because I felt like I needed to, and maybe I was an oracle in a past life or something. And then he really felt drawn to read me this I don't know if I should call it a chant or a mantra. I don't know. He pulled out these poems, I guess, or prayers. They're probably prayers. And they were written in Sanskrit and the Tibetan language, I think. And he had mentioned how he's always wanted to just travel and do those prayers on stage, because, you know, he saw my music notes and was like, you're a musician? I've always wanted to go on stage and do this. And I was like, that is so cool. He's like, I'm gonna do it for you now. And I'm like, yes. He's like, you're gonna record it? I was like, can I? You know? He's like, oh yeah, video or just audio? And I'm like, what do you suggest? You know what? Video. Yeah, let me do video, right? And so I totally videotaped him. I posted it already. So fucking cool. So cool. And I'm just like thinking, shit, can I put that on my album? You know? Can I put it in a song? And just like fucking share it with the world? Like, it was awesome. It was so awesome. Okay, so anyways, after that, I walked back to the float place because I'm like, oh crap, it's getting late. I gotta be back at 7:15. It's like already 7:10. I don't want to leave this guy. I just want to talk to him all night, but I gotta go. So I like ran back to the float place and then soaked in some Epsom salt for like an hour. I didn't think I had any cuts on my body, but I obviously do because my hands were burning. And I think that's definitely from Rainier, from my dog, because he's always like fucking clawing at me. And there were times in the tank where I was just like getting kind of claustrophobic. Not because I felt trapped, but because it was just too lukewarm in there and I needed a little air. So I found myself like opening up the egg a couple times so I can like get some fresh air. I felt like my hair was really heavy when I would like go to sit up, because occasionally I would just go to sit up. Like laying and floating in the water just wasn't, it was still painful, which was kind of disappointing, because I wanted to believe that I would feel weightless, like I wouldn't feel it, but I did. I still felt pain, like my body wanted to like sit in a very unnatural, uncomfortable position. So I had to keep, probably because of the stress, it's just been like, and so I did some stretching in there, and that really helped. So it's been a wonderful 2 days of just resetting, and I'm gonna keep doing this shit. I'm gonna just integrate it into my life, you know, because I needed it, and I'm so thankful and grateful for the opportunity to find these things